is an absolute chop fest going on. The easy move, the meat of the move from lows to highs, that's done with. But now everyone wants to be a buyer, so we can anticipate some choppy behavior just like we're seeing this week. The new news, Corona's back, and that's taking over the media, the headlines right now. So that's causing us to sell off a bit. Those stocks are back in action. We're gonna watch this 300 area becomes a very big area, and then the Nasdaq, that's the S&P, and the Nasdaq is still very much well within its uptrend. So we had a couple rough days, but we've been on such a tear that like to have a down day has almost been weird. So but we're still in this uptrend. We're gonna have to see if this trend line holds up here in the Nasdaq, and that kind of coincides with this 300 area in the S&P. So I'm gonna look for a pivot in that area or some more weakness. I think we'll probably sink to that level the rest of this week. What are you thinking here? Oh, let me get you. I got your chart up.
Well, what you got, VCR?
VCR.
All right. So yeah, like a week ago, even the prior week, we were talking about how we look to take profits into the retest. And at that time, most people were like, well, why are you trying to sell if the market's breaking out? But again, when you all good, Jake?
Yeah, no, I was agreeing.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we look to sell into the retest, but at those times it tends to look like so perfect. It looks like it's just going to blow through 206 and continue higher. But we've seen this many times. We took some profits, and now, as Sheikh mentioned, with this chop fest, or as these sectors start to flag, we've already locked some profits in basically at the highest price we could have. And now as it chops around and sets up for a few weeks or a few months, we'll look for that next entry. And there's one other sector, Sheikh, if you want to put up for VNQ.
Oh, I got it.
All right, so this is one where, again, we can see that horizontal, like that dashed line over 80. We can see that's been resistance, for the real estate sector for, the past few months. So, as we've been trying to buy to that level, now that it's setting back up, that'll be the next spot. If it continues to pull back, maybe it breaks 75, maybe it comes back into the high 60s, we'll look to get in there. But in the meantime, if it does turn back up through 80, that's a spot we'll be looking to add to the real estate sector.